I have a story about when I first arrived in the UK. I maybe had been living there for 1 year, and I had a car, and I needed a mechanic, let's say, new tires, a mechanic, something like that. So I asked a friend, can you recommend a mechanic? And he said, yeah, I can, and here's the name, and he told me more or less where the mechanic's garage was located. And I looked at the map, and I thought, okay, it's either here or it's here, and I'm not sure, so I'll just phone up and ask where it is. So I phoned up the mechanic, and I thought I knew where it was. The map said B1357. That was the number of the road, the highway, the motorway. And I said, are you on the B1357? And the guy said, I don't know the number of the road. We're on the Sunderland Road. And I looked at the map, and nothing said Sunderland Road. And so I said, okay, I'll try something different. There was a roundabout on the map. There were 2 roundabouts, which are round roads with lots of roads going off them. So I said, are you to the east of a big roundabout? And he said, I don't know if east, west, we're near the Oak Tree roundabout.
Wow.
And I looked, and there were 2 roundabouts, but nothing said the Oak Tree roundabout, and I was out of ideas.
Well, it's kind of like even though you're speaking the same language, but it feels like you're speaking 2 different languages.
And guess what happened? I said, okay, thank you. I put down the phone, and I didn't know where the place was. So recently, I've read some research into this exact phenomenon. I grew up in North America, and in North America, the roads, especially in the West, they generally run north and south, and east and west, and they're straight. And when people ask directions, they say they use north, south, east, and west. And the streets usually have names like First Street, Second Street, Third Street, Fourth
with
Street.
Numbers.
And then across this way, it might be like Oak Lane and Cherry Lane, and all like street names with trees, and it's very logical. So in the States, I would say, oh, are you north of First Avenue? And the person would say, no, we're 2 blocks south of First Avenue. Okay. What the research found is that people in Europe use landmarks. So when he said we're on the Oak Tree roundabout, what he meant was there's a pub on that roundabout, and the name of the pub is the Oak Tree. And when he said Sunderland Road, for hundreds of years, there's been a road from this place that goes to the city of Sunderland. That's not the name of the road. The name of the road is the B1357 or whatever I said.
Only local people
but everyone knows that that's the road to Sunderland, and so that's what people refer to it as. If you say north, south, east, or west, people in Europe don't know the directions usually because the roads go like that. So they say
not straight anymore.
Right. You go to McDonald's, you could say, and then you turn right. So they use landmarks and left and right. So it's a completely different way of thinking about space and about giving directions. So even though English was my first language and English was his first language, we could understand each other's accent. That wasn't a problem. There was a complete cultural failure to communicate, and the 2 of us, we didn't even know what the problem was. You know, he must have thought that was strange. And I put down the phone and I thought that was strange.
Yeah, you would blame on each other.
Right, exactly. I just was confused, and somehow I think I ended up getting in my car and driving around in the area or something like this. I eventually got there, but it wasn't easy.
Yeah. Wow, that really justifies your opinion. Yeah.